Hey guys, what's up? This is your boy NIO again. Everybody, thank you for coming back tuning in. And today we're gonna talk about an exciting business with fast growth, which is turned around solidly as of this time being. Take a simple NIO and the company name NIO, NIO. NIO was the first ever Chinese electric car company to go public in American stock markets, NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. It was the year of 2020 to 2021. It made a splash. Why? Because at that time, if you remember, electric cars were all the rage. Just like rocket science and AI is all the rage as of late. However, what distinguishes buying then versus buying now is that NIO was bleeding back in the day, and now NIO has its first ever quarterly profit, and its electric car delivery has shot up 93%, a whopping 93%, while Tesla in the same period has dropped roughly 1.7% to 2.3%, depending on how you look at their reports, because they are kind of not really reviewing everything. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at NIO. Their greatest news as of late, which is the ES8, the high premium 3-row SUV, has achieved a remarkable sales success in China, dominating the large premium SUV market. And do we not know China has over 130 electric car companies? And each of the electric car company receive incentive to have their factories open and operate in their provinces in order to provide job opportunities to the locals. With all that, each state or province has incentive by the central government to have good growth and technologies for their factories which manufacture all these electric cars. And if they see progress, they are provide more funding for the next coming fiscal year. That's how it works. It's like how China have so many good ping pong players is because they are excellent world-class ping pong players in every province, and each province will provide thousands of their players every year to compete in the ping pong contest, table tennis contests, and the best won the contests and become a member of the national team of China. So may the best player win out of sea of all different thousands, tens of thousands of players. So this is the same similar ping pong games, if you will, for this electric car game in China at least. In America, we only know the 3 to 10 different electric car companies. You have Terra, we had Fisker before, which has failed. We had some joint partnership with Volkswagen. We had Ford going electric, and then going back and forth between electric and hybrid technology. Then we have GM. Then we have, well, the behemoth, right, Tesla, but which has seen its sales weakening as of late, and Rivian and Lucid, and a few other which has gone under, such as Lordstown Motor, which are invest heavily in, in 2021, if you remember, and it went under. Hard invest. Okay, now let's focus back here. NIO, ES8, it achieved 80,000 delivery within only 181 days. Why it matters? Now, this is not the most affordable model in the NIO's lineup. This is one of the most highest priced, with one of the most highest MSRPs in the NIO's lineup. So if such a highly priced vehicle is so popular, become number one sale in its category, it tells something about its technology, comfort level, self-driving functionality and reliability, and how great the general overall package is compared to all the rivals, including BMWs, including Model X, which we all know now that Tesla has quietly terminated its production because they simply cannot compete. They don't have the comfort features, they don't have enough tech, they don't have in-car AI assistant. Tesla also do not have the range to compete, and Tesla also rely on using or sourcing Chinese-made batteries, which they are not allowed to nowadays if they want to sell in America without tariff. So, see, people say Tesla own everything vertically. No, their battery is actually not as efficient and not as cheap to make compared to the Chinese batteries. And the Blade battery from BYD is just amazing. It's just amazing. And you can drive it for over 1 million miles and expect no issues at all these days. Making a record for its segment, it secured the number one position in China's large SUV segment, including all energy types, not just electric, okay, including hydrogen powered and some other form of gasoline and other form of fuel for 3 consecutive months, which is great because it had momentum. Otherwise, it would be just 1 month and then the next month is going down already. But no, it's still keeping up. It's still number one. It's like the best song on Billboard. Number one all time, week after week. Okay, key sales milestones 2025 to 2026. The performance, this will be more in detail. So we're gonna only talk about the sale. And NIO has it held its IPO on September 12, 2018. Actually, I was wrong. I was lying. NIO's IPO was September 12, 2018. Okay, so this is fact. On the New York Stock Exchange, under the ticker symbol NIO, raising approximately 1 billion. Actually, it was 1.16 billion, and it was a fact too, because there was over allocation because of the oversubscribed by retail investors and also institutional investors. That was really hot. It was a very hot IPO, my God. And Tesla at that time, if you remember, they just had their Model 3 out. So people are largely changing the sentiment from not believing in EV to believing in EVs. So that was the moment. So they actually went IPO at the right time. The Shanghai-based EV maker priced its shares at 6.26 each. And today, you are buying it at similar price, I believe. Let me show you. Let me show you here. And by the way, look, the markets are doing great today. Hey, don't block me. The markets are doing great today. Look. All right. Okay. NIO. 6.11. So from 2018 to 2026, 8 years has gone by. 8 years have gone by. And this price is telling me what? Nothing had changed for NIO since its IPO 8 years ago? No way. And we will discuss what has changed. Man, it is so many amazing technology from NIO. From its self-driving technologies that use LiDAR, radar, sensor, cameras, and their in-house made AI chip and semiconductors. Whereas their comparison by CEO between their own AI chip against the AI chip made by NVIDIA, the own in-house made AI chip by NIO, the speed of processing is about 4x to 8x faster than NVIDIA chips. Why? Because the NIO chips are dedicated to their own configurations of each vehicle. But the AI chip made by NVIDIA is a general platform for any car company which want to use their AI chips to do whatever self-driving or in-car AI assistant. But the one that NIO makes is specific to their own configurations of their electric cars. That's why the processing speed can be 4 times to 8 times faster, which is crazy, right? And you have to think about, they have to have their own foundry. They have to have their own AI semiconductor testing facility to do all these things. So people say, oh, Tesla is so great, vertically integrated. No. At least their battery sucks compared to the Chinese-made batteries. And when we are talking about earth metals, China has the vast control of world earth metal reserves, not Tesla, not United States. So when you talk about vertical integration from rare earth to finish the product, Tesla actually is not number one. Oh well. And you are paying a very astronomically high price for each share of Tesla, and which we will discuss later in this video. So the Shanghai-based EV maker price is shared at 6.26 each, and now you are getting it today at 6.11 each, which is a very, very huge bargain. And we will talk about why it is a bargain today. Positioning itself as premium competitor to Tesla in China, focusing on electric SUVs and battery swapping technology. Why we talk about who is winning in China? Because China is the most competitive electric car market in the world. We just talk about how many local electric car manufacturers there are in China, over 130. And if out of these 130 plus just local, and with the foreign electric car manufacturers such as Volkswagen, Ford, Tesla, Lucy, you name it, BMW, Mercedes selling the electric cars in China. So we are talking about 140 to 150 plus electric car makers. What about the British car makers too, right? They also made electric cars. So we are talking about 150 plus. So out of these 150 players, if your model comes out as the number one best selling model, it says a lot. It says a lot. Just like in America, if you come out as top, it doesn't say much because we have tariff. We are blocking competition from outside of the United States. Competition with more feature pack, more comfort features, more AI features, including in-car AI assistance for a lot of Chinese-made electric cars, even at affordable level for the prices, and better range, better charging. Some of the Chinese electric cars are using 800 volt, 900 volt, and now 1000 volt charging. From 10% to 80% only take 9 minutes. Some are even pushing to 7 and 8 minutes between 10% and 80% charge, and Tesla between 10% to 80% charge. We are looking at least 35 minutes on a good day for Tesla cars. But Chinese cars, 9 minutes versus Tesla, 40 minutes? OMG. And NIO has battery swapping technology in 3.2 minutes. You are ready to be back on the road with fully charged battery. 3.2 minutes because of the battery swap stations infrastructures by NIO. And talking about the swapping technology, that is one reason why NIO for the past few years have been punished. As we see their stock prices taking on the chin, because they keep on collapsing because the R&D budget is so huge, and while they were not making a dime in profit. So NIO stocks have been punished by investors. And let's go back to the IPO here. And do we have any more to talk about? 160 million ADS shares. Over allotment options is 24 million. Yeah, that's why instead of just 1 billion, they actually had 1.16 billion from the IPO proceeds. And the underwriter were Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan. Yeah, that was a splash at that time. And now, let's take a look at how it has been punished over the year. Look, 2021 was the year when Federal Reserve Bank lower interest rate, all the growth story were in huge demand. Whenever we have huge drop of interest rate or a lot of interest rate cuts, it is a risk on sentiment for the investing community. And we can see that NIO actually went up from around $1 per share, 97 cents, as you can see. The low is 1.19, low is 1.19, okay, about $1 per share. So I think it was 64. Oh, it's actually 66.99. Yeah, actually, yeah, 66.99, high, 66.99, and went from only just 1.19 right here, 1.19, yeah. That was crazy increase while the company was not making a dime in profit. And then there were two secondary offering, so it dilutes the investor twice as the company needs capital for the ongoing R&D. So between that time and now, NIO has consistently shown higher and higher annual delivery of their vehicles every year. Let me find it out for you. I have it in here. So 2021, remember that was the year where it's here, 2021, $66 per share. And then 2022 come down, 2023 come down more, 24, 25, obliterated, 2025. So, but during this time, NIO actually has been seeing increased deliveries year over year. From 2021's 91,000 units to 2022, 122,000 units, 2023, 160,000 units, 2024, actually it was closer to 200,000 units. Yeah, I forgot what it exactly was. 2025 was an amazing 46.9% increase to 326,000 units because of what? They had Firefly, their subdivision, and they also have the ONVO, ONVO. There are two different subdivisions. Let me show you. Let me show you here. What are the subdivisions of NIO. So they have a core premium electric car brand, which is NIO. So they have a multi-brand strategy, including this mass market brand and ONVO. They have a crossover that is a direct competitor of Model Y. And they are about 4,000 to 5,000 US dollar equivalent cheaper than the Model Y, but they had a full-on autonomous package with laser sensor camera, and they have heated ventilated seats, leather S seats, and also massaging function, which Model Y doesn't have. And they even have powered front lid, which Model Y also doesn't have. And they have an in-car AI assistant, which is amazing because you can actually order food and drink from your ONVO vehicles. And we are not just talking about NIO, we are talking about their sub-brand ONVO. So those you don't even get with the purchase of a Model Y, but with ONVO and NIO vehicles, you get all of those. Even Firefly, their sub-brand, this one, they have a Q vehicle, which is looking like this. Let me show you an image. It's so cute, and they have been compared with Mini Cooper and with a lot of high-end premium smaller electric cars. These are for cities. So if you can see the car here, so cute. Why don't they show the green one? And they have a souped-up version, if you can see it. And they have a, you have to really look at some of the great YouTube videos to understand their vehicles more, because they have so much technology packed in one package. OMG, it just takes at least an hour or two to introduce each of their cars to you, because there are so much technology and so many convenient functions, and also comfort functions and premium functions. That is so crazy. But at least later on, I can show you a couple of the great technologies. Okay, now let's move on to NIO, whether it is a buy or not. Today, at $6.11, their market cap is only 14 billion. What is Tesla? Tesla today is 1.39 trillion. And if you're buying Tesla, you're buying at trailing PE at 344, which is crazy. And this forward PE, you cannot even trust it, because in order to have lower forward PE, that means the net income that you expect for this coming 12 months has to be higher than the past 12 months. But judging by the weakening sales of Tesla electric cars, can we really trust this trend? No. So we use the trailing PE, which is more reliable because it is factual, because it is the trailing 12 months, the previous 12 months. So these are all factual. The number have been out already. But the forward PE, the incoming 12 months, those numbers are not in yet. So these are not factual. These are only expectations, and is not reliable at all. So you are paying for each dollar of profit, you are paying 344 times for each single dollar of profit for Tesla, if you are buying Tesla shares today, which is crazy, right? And when we look at NIO, they don't have PE, of course, because why? Remember what I said? They have been consistently not making a dime in profit. However, it is a big however. The last quarterly report, NIO shows their first ever quarterly profit. OMG, it is amazing. Let me show you. It is factual. It is factual. See, NIO reported its first ever quarterly net profit in Q4 2025, making a major milestone after years of losses. The company achieved a net profit of RMB 282.7 million, which is equivalent to 40.4 million on record deliveries of 124,807 vehicles, largely driven by improved vehicle margins of 18.1%, which is wonderful. Revenue shot up 75.9% year over year. What was Tesla? A drop of 2% plus or 6%, I forgot. Yeah, but NIO is up 75.9%. And this past month was 138% year over year monthly increase in revenue for NIO. So not only is NIO becoming profitable for the very first time in this history, they are improving profitability at the same time and improving deliveries numbers, seeing higher gross profit margin, seeing higher delivery, seeing more demands for their vehicle going forward, and guide even higher profitability for the incoming 12 months, which is crazy. Which company do you want to bet on? Tesla, when the sales is weakening and you are paying 344 times of each dollar of profit? Or NIO? Then, because we cannot use PE ratio for NIO, we can use price per sale. Meaning, for each dollar of sale, we are paying roughly just $1 worth, which is more than reasonable. Because why? For each dollar in revenue, you're paying 13 times, 13.8x, 13.83x, meaning 13.83 times. So you are paying a lot for each revenue that come in. And revenue does not equal net profit. Because of what? You have cost of sale, you have overhead costs, right? You have administrative costs, you have R&D costs, you have recycling costs, you have depreciation costs, you have CapEx costs, you have amortization costs, you have interest costs, and you have tax costs, right? So these don't automatically equal to net profit. This is only sales. So for each dollar of sales, you're paying 13.83 times. OMG, that is Tesla. You are willing to pay so much while paying 344 times of each dollar of net profit. And NIO, you are paying dollar to dollar for their sales, pretty much, right? So what if you pay investor reprice the company with the exceptional growth and exceptional strong product line of NIO? What if it should be just not just even 2, because their growth is over 100%. The last 3 months was 78%, but the last month alone in March was 138%, meaning they are not just growing quarterly, they're actually growing even faster monthly. Their trend is going higher, faster, at a faster and faster pace. So with company like this fast grow, it is not really logical to give $1 per share price to $1 of sales. No, at least 3 to 5, I would say. But let's be more cautious. Let's put it at 3. Because when Tesla had Model 3 out, these actually, you know what, was over 20. When Model 3 was out in 2028, Tesla saw a price per sale over 20. It actually was 25, 26 at that time. It's crazy. But we are not talking about that craziness. Even now it's crazy when the sales are weakening and you are paying so much for it. Let's just say 3, right? 3. Then what does the reprice mean before the end of this year? 3 times 6 is what? 18. So can NIO be easily going to 18? Well, I should not say the word easily because it gives you an idea that it is almost sure thing, right? And nothing that I'm saying today is financial advice. Let me be clear of that. You must do your own due diligence. And I would say logically, of course, it has the right to be repriced correctly at $18 per share by the end of this year. But what if the market still want to punish all the Chinese electric cars companies because, oh, you guys are facing tariff. Tesla is not facing tariff. So you guys may see limited upside for your deliveries going forward, right? Yeah, people can say that, right? But however, what does the reality tell us? Tesla, with no tariffs, they are still seeing weakening sales. Chinese electric cars, with all the crazy worldwide tariffs, not just tariffs levied by United States, but tariffs levied by other countries. With all that craziness of tariffs, Chinese electric cars still see gain of general electric car market globally. BYD become #1 sales for 2025 over Tesla. And NIO, ET9, ET8, ES8, all their high premium cars take the leading sales positions in China. And China is the most competitive electric car market in the world because of how many players there are in the market. So if they can succeed in China, can they succeed overseas? And now let's look at, see, Tesla sales, right? Has been this is the profit margin of Tesla. Oh, it's looking bad. See, from 2021 to 2022, it was a good trend, right? Going up, right? 2023 kind of flat compared to 2022. 2024, oh, cut in half, more than cut in half, which is a bad indicator, and it is the wrong trend. See, and you are paying so much, so high a premium, 350x for each dollar of net profit. And 2025 is even worse. Man, you are buying a sickening company, if you will, at high premium. That is Tesla versus NIO. So actually, when we look at the PE and price per sale, it should be NIO at 13. and Tesla at 1.08. if the market is logical. But of course, the market is not logical, not rational, right? They are more emotional. Oh, this is led by someone who also leads SpaceX, right? But Tesla is not SpaceX, right? If you want the explosions of SpaceX market share, you buy SpaceX shares, not Tesla, right? Am I not right? They are two different companies. All right, so now we talk about NIO, and what do we expect NIO? Okay, I remember I have a couple of videos to show you. It's a very short one, so So, okay, guys, let me just quickly show you a couple of short videos, and it will be very short, and so you get a better understanding of how NIO technologies today is.
This car has the coolest suspension ever. It can ride smoother than a Maybach, swap battery like the Godzilla phone, and can even shake snow off. But the thing won't take dinosaur juice. It's Chinese and almost not that expensive. Check this out. On a comparative test, they put a $200,000 Maybach S580 to drive through bumps with champagne glasses on the hood. And no matter how luxurious and comfortable the car is, it just can't pass this test. And when the time is right to show off that new NIO ET9 Skyride full active suspension, it just passes through those bumps like nothing was ever there. Which is cool and all, but the coolest thing is how the car uses all those 697 electric pony herd to shake snow off. I can already picture how people from Europe and Canada order this iPad with wheels only because of that feature. But the NIO ET9 costs about $110,000. And just keep in mind that batteries and cold weather don't go hand to hand. This car has the coolest suspension ever. It can ride...
And
This
then,
car can dance. Now this is China's version of a Maybach, and it's around $110,000. Video brought to you by sbxcars.com. Now, watch this. Hi, Nomi. 放手的. Tune start going. You see her waving? All right. Shades on. Well, watch this. I jump to the other side. Okay. Hi, Nomi. 打开车窗. So now my window lowers. This car is called the NIO ET9. And the back's even nicer than the front. Look at this space. You have a spine going down the middle. And if I press these two, you have two individual sunroofs that open up. How nice is that? This piece is called the Sky Land Roof. Now, if I want to, I can press this button right here. Okay. This is the zero gravity seat, and it's pretty comfy. Also, over here, you have a screen down the middle. This will fold in and pop up whenever you want, and it can also lock this fridge / vault if you wanted to. Okay, this is for your pen. This right here is for a little notebook, and that is for maybe like an expensive watch. Look at the squish factor on these pillows. This is nice. Now, if I press this button, like that, take a look. I have a little fridge with ice cold drinks. Let's check out the outside. So this is the NIO logo. And this entire piece lifts up. Little spoiler. Now, the car is shorter than an SUV, but taller than a sedan. And it's 5.3 meters long. So it's kind of its own kind of category. The entire car was designed by the same guy that designed the G650 jet. 23-inch rims, weighted middle, keeps the logo upright, and the front looks nice. I'm just saying, it's higher than a sedan. You ready? So, yoke steering wheel. This car can dance. Now this.
okay, so people, so this NIO ET9 has features that rivals cars that are sold at $250,000 equivalent US dollar. Okay, but they are only selling this one for 110,000 equivalent US dollar, which is amazing, more than half off compared to any rival from the German. And as you can see, the technology for the taking care of the bumpy road is crazy. You cannot even feel the road if it is so bad outside. You still kind of, because this is a executive car and you have this high-end premium experience. OMG is crazy. And then one thing I want to talk about is they are using 910 volt architecture. So the loss from charging the car is very, very minimal. And also, it can charge the car from 10% to 80% in just roughly 10 minutes. A Tesla car it needs at least 35 to 45 minutes from 10% to 80%. But no, for this NIO, 10 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you can also take advantage of their vast battery charging infrastructure. In 3.2 minutes, you can come out and go back on the road with a fully charged battery. It's crazy. So, and then all these technologies that go along with the vehicle, OMG, and the in-car AI assistant is crazy also. Our Tesla cars don't have in-car AI assistant yet. Not yet. You can imagine the edge AI technology is so crazy because all the in-car AI assistant features, they are edge AI based. They don't go back and forth between the car and the remote data center. No. Because the communication lag is crazy if it does so. The technology is crazy. The price is crazy. The luxury and premium features pack is crazy. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have one thing to say. We are long NIO. Yes, we are long NIO with 1,000 shares. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, amazing day.